Chinatown News Digest is here today with Omari Tahir in front of the King County Elections Division building in Renton at 919 Southwest Grady Way, where Brother Tahir has just filed his candidacy for position 9 of the Seattle City Council. Brother Tahir, what do you have to say about your campaign and your background and platform?
Well, it was kind of a problem because I had filed in 2001 and paid $1,400 to run for the mayor, and then they straightened me off the ballot unlawfully. They served me they filed on the 7th of August, and they served me on the 8th of August, and the hearing was the 9th. And the law says you can't have trial by ambush and surprise. And one day notice was trial by ambush and surprise. So they straightened me off the ballot, but they never gave me my money back. So then when I filed, when I got out of lockup and ran in 2005, they scraped me off the ballot again, said I was a convicted felon and I hadn't applied for my voting rights, so I couldn't be a candidate. Well, they couldn't find me, and so they left the court papers with my probation officer. So that afternoon I go to see my probation officer, and the court papers are sitting on his desk, and they had the hearing that morning. I didn't even know about it. So both of those were unconstitutional. So I just filed today. I had to pay $1,100, but I gave them a demand letter requesting my, I forgot to put my address on there for the contact. Okay.
But your address is on your declaration of candidacy form.
Okay. Yeah.
So they obviously have the address. Now, this letter you're referring to, that you had to give them today as insurance to make sure they do the right thing, it says, this is a formal request for refund of filing fees to run for mayor of the city of Seattle on 2 occasions as a refugee from the European settler colonial slave trade with 14th Amendment treaty rights that guarantee equal protection of the law. My constitutional rights were violated when my name was unlawfully removed in 2003 by trial by ambush and surprise, since court action to remove my name was filed on August 7th, 2002. I was served on August 8th, 2002 in King County Jail with trial date 9th of August 2002. The legal term is called trial by ambush and surprise, which is unconstitutional. In 2005, my name was removed and I was not even served court papers so that I could appear in court, which again was unconstitutional. I therefore am requesting a $2,800 refund plus interest. Thank you for your concern, Omari Tahir Garrett. Do you believe $2,800?
Well, we'll see. They should, because if they don't, I have to file a court action,
And we just videotaped them accepting an additional $1,199.76 from you for position 9 of the Seattle City Council. Do you believe that they will place you on the ballot along with your candidate statement and your name and information this time, or do you expect similar shenanigans of previously indicated nature?
Well, because of the issues I raised and the solutions I propose, particularly, to get Native Americans back in their traditional control of their land, particularly the Duwamish tribe, which Seattle is in their area, and Seattle is actually named after one of their chiefs. And the second one is to oppose the $210 million for the youth jail. That's ridiculous. You know how many youth you can keep out of jail with $210? You could pay them $500 a month to stay out of trouble, and it'd be more cost effective. And then the third one is to have the police only could be a police for 5 years. During that time, they'd have to go to school and get a teaching certificate and then teach for 5 years. So and if they want to, after 5 years teaching, they can come back and be a policeman, because the longer you walk around with a gun and a stick, the more you rely on a gun and stick. But when you teach schools, the students are so inquisitive and ask so many good questions that it makes you, think. You can't tell them, I said this, and hit them in the head with a stick or shoot them, So that's one of the problems, because being a policeman is being in a toxic environment all the time. Out in the street, in this, seeing blood, seeing this, hearing tales, and you get like a shell shock, and then you get into this us against them mentality. So to break that, no, you only can do 5 years. Then in that time you have to go be a teacher for 5 years. Those are some of the basic things in my campaign that are important. So I'm running to raise issues and propose workable solutions. For the homeless, get the homeless. The government got land, the government got resources, and we have the homeless build their own home. You've never seen an unemployed homeless bird. Why? Because if the bird doesn't have a home, his job is building his nest. So they've spent millions of dollars on homelessness, but they don't do the simple thing of taking the homeless people and putting them to work on building their home. Well, how they pay for it? Building somebody else's home. The ones that have mental problems or other problems, you have to social work that. But you can't just, like downtown emergency center, they were getting paid $100 a night to have just a mat on a basically dirty gym floor. And this Bill Hobson, the guy running it, he done bought 3 buildings downtown basically off of pimping the homeless, because the homeless problem is worse. And it's going to get worse with the gentrification and the rise of housing prices. So the way you get rid of homelessness is you take homeless people and build them a house. I bought my first house when I was 19, and it makes a young person responsible. You can't get into trouble, because if you get locked up, who's going to pay your house note? And you're going to lose it. So there's some simple common sense solutions to the major problems facing basically capitalism. And that is work together.
Thank you for this interview, Brother Tahir. The Africatown Chinatown News Digest will be covering your campaign. We expect other media to do the same, and we hope and expect that the King County Elections Division will do its job and place you and your platform on the ballot.
And give me my $2,800 back. I could use it.